3, 2, 1. We are about 15 minutes away already from kickoff. I know it's really last minute. I apologize. I'm getting some content together, some research together to make sure I'm getting you the best news. And just going to start real quick. Again, this is Bills, Rams, Week 1 DFS. We're going to do just real quick some underdog picks, what we're high on, what we're looking at in terms of let's making some little bit of money tonight. Hope that coffee, water, whiskey, wine for some of you, coffee maybe at this time, beer, whatever is in your cup. I hope it's tasting great. I will also drop my Draftkings lineup on here. I'm just going to put a little money where my mouth is on that point because I'm not going to give you guys some advice and I don't want y'all to bite the bullet only. I want to be transparent. If I'm going to give you good content, good news, I'm going to put money where my mouth is. And man, you just feel it in the air. Football is here. Our significant others absolutely despise us at this moment because they know we will be glued to our TVs for the next 4 months. Am I right? So, I actually want to start with just some key statistics going into this game. So this is the highest implied total points according to Vegas for Week 1 with a total of, I believe it's 52 points implied with a 2.5 point favorite going toward the direction of the Buffalo Bills, who are actually the favorite road team, and the home Super Bowl winning Rams are actually the underdog at home at this point. And some other big stats to know: the Bills have allowed the least passing yards in all of 2021. Of course, coming into this game, Tre'Davious White, the all-star number 1 cornerback for the Buffalo Bills, is out for the foreseeable future. I believe he's out at least 4 weeks as he is on the physically unable to perform list. So just a little, key thing to look out there if you're looking at Cooper Kupp. I have him as my absolute under for his yards. As far as completions and touchdowns, if you want to go and tread those waters, that's completely up to you. But if I'm talking underdog, pick him here. I am not touching Cooper Kupp's 95.5 yards receiving. I'm actually taking the under. I've got him projected for around 94 yards per game. He's not going to be matched up against an extremely tough one-on-one matchup necessarily. He might be matched up against the slot cornerback rather, for the Buffalo Bills. Let's see if I can get that name up there for you real quick. I've got the matchups here. Cooper Kupp going up against Teron Johnson, the slot cornerback for the Buffalo Bills, who's actually not too bad on a per route basis, but we're still talking about Cooper Kupp. We're still talking about Stafford, just coming off that Super Bowl win. They're going to come for blood. They haven't played the Buffalo Bills since about 2018, and Josh Allen, that was 2020, and Josh Allen lit them up in 2020. Kind of turned the break round. Of course, he was struggling in those first couple of years in his career. But last time he played the Rams, Josh Allen, I got it here. Homeboy went for 4 touchdowns, 1 interception, 315 yards. Weirdly enough, only 4 rushes for 8 yards in 2020. Last time Matt Stafford played the Bills, he was not with the Super Bowl winning championship Rams. He was with the Detroit Lions, of course, letting his talents waste away there. And he went for a very modest game, if I'm not mistaken. Just over 200 yards passing. I've got it here somewhere, surely. 200 yards passing, 1 touchdown, no interceptions. But of course, this is a very different offense. This is a very different Matt Stafford. We obviously get to see Sean McVay bring out the best of pretty much any player, much less the most important position in the entire league, being the quarterback position. Matt Stafford, let's see here. I've got him on pace. Oh, yes, the last time 22 completions. It looks like 22 attempts on 33 dropbacks. 22 completions on 33 attempts, 1 touchdown, 208 yards. Of course, there was no Sean McVay back then. in 2018 for Matt Stafford was the last time he played the Buffalo Bills. And the Rams, last time they faced Josh Allen, he absolutely lit it up. Absolutely lit it up. So two marquee teams, two teams that could potentially meet in the Super Bowl. Of course, the Rams have a history going up against them. It's been about since, I believe, the 2003, 2004, correct me if I'm wrong, maybe the early 2002 team, the New England Patriots, to repeat as Super Bowl champions. So the Rams are certainly fighting history there. But some other stats to know: the Bills have allowed the least amount of passing yards all of 2021. We talked about that. What about Tre'Davious White? He tore his ACL on Thanksgiving of 2021, so he will not be here tonight. So we have some sample size of that. The Buffalo Bills defense without Tre'Davious White for the second half of the season after Week 12. How did they do? They were still top 3 in passing yards allowed in the NFL. Okay? So they were number 1 in total passing yards allowed last season. And even with Tre'Davious White gone, they still allowed the third least amount of passing yards. So that does not bode well for me. And that's exactly why I'm not going with Cooper Kupp on top of me only projecting him for about 94 yards per game. And I do have Cooper Kupp probably going for a pretty good chance of catching a touchdown tonight. I think it's around 75% chance of him catching a touchdown. But I'm still not touching that underdog over there. What about some overs that I'm hitting on underdog? Speaking of Josh Allen, total yards, I absolutely love it. Last time he played this team, he absolutely crushed the Los Angeles Rams. And so I think that's going to happen again tonight. I'm going to take that total yards. I believe it's at 317.5 total yards. I know that seems steep. I know that seems very high. And I know that seems kind of like a trap. But it is week 1. For all of you betting degenerates out there like myself, right? We are here to not only watch real football, but it matters to our fake football teams. It matters to our DFS teams. We are trying to win some money out there. So 280.5 passing yards. I will gladly take the over there. I believe I have Josh Allen projected for how many passing yards a game? Let's see here. Let me check my rankings, which you would already have access to if you were on the Patreon page. All of that content will be in the description below. And let's see here. I got Josh Allen, total of 4,774 yards over the season. Yeah, I've got him for 218 passing yards on the season. And how does the matchup bode well for Josh Allen? So I've got him projected for the same amount of the line tonight, 280.5 passing yards. Okay? I'm taking the over. Here's why. The Rams have allowed the 10th most passing yards all last season. What about the second half of the season? Was there any defensive momentum? There was. They moved from about the bottom 10 to about half. So they were about the median in terms of passing yards allowed going into the end of the season, and of course eventually winning that Super Bowl. What else we got going on here on the over that I really want to smash here? Oh, his INT. Okay, I've got Josh Allen projected for about 15 INTs this season. Jalen Ramsey on the other side of the ball. Aaron Donald on the other side of the ball. Okay, I am perfectly fine with taking those overs. So again, 280.5 passing yards, total yards, 317.5 for Josh Allen. Take the over. Interception, 0.5. Take the over. What about Stephon Diggs? Well, we just talked about how the Rams kind of struggle defending the pass, even with Jalen Ramsey there, the all-star cornerback out of Florida State. So what else here on the over? Since the Rams struggle, Stephon Diggs, 6 receptions, give me the over. Even on Ramsey, give me the over. I've got him projected for 10 targets, 6 catches, and then 81 yards a game. The line right now is set for 73.5. If that is still out there on Underdog, because for some reason I have all these freaking windows open, I can't find it. Okay, here we go. Let me pull it up for you. There we go. All right. So let's look at Stefon Diggs real quick. Sorry, I showed you that Draftkings lineup, and I didn't even build the team yet, but we're about to do that here pretty soon because we're already running out of time. Almost time for kickoff. Devin Singletary and the running backs, I just want to let you know, I am completely fading. Absolutely fading. Don't touch, don't look at them. It will ruin your beer. It will ruin your whiskey. I am not touching this backfield for the Buffalo Bills unless it includes Josh Allen. Okay, that's the only way I'm doing it. I'm not touching it. I'm not saying that they are all going to go under. I'm not saying that they're all going to go over. Otherwise, if I was that adamant about how I felt about them, I would bet on them, right? But I don't feel confident in going under or over just because of how the Rams defend the rush. So the Rams allowed the 8th least rushing yards in 2021. That defense is still just as good. That personnel still just there. I'm fading all of them. And in terms of redraft, I know we're here for DFS, but if I'm here for redraft and if I'm picking between if I went late on running back and I'm picking between Miles Sanders, Devin Singletary, James Cook, Zach Moss, I'm not touching any of the Bills running backs. I'm going with Miles Sanders. I know most of you know me as a Miles Sanders truther, and I have no shares of him across any redraft now for the first time in probably forever. But I will still start Miles Sanders over any Bills running back. I will start Chase Edmonds over any Bills running back. So just fade them. The Rams are pretty damn good at defending the run. I am not going to put my money on the Bills running backs to go earn me some money, whether it's under or over, okay? So going back to Stefon Diggs, 73.5 receiving yards. I got him projected for, even in a tough matchup, 81 yards a game. So even if in a tough matchup, let's say I drop him about 8 yards because of the tough matchup, on average, I still have him at about 73.5. Why would you cap the under on Josh Allen and Stefon Diggs? Especially if you know you're a betting degenerate, you're going to watch the whole damn game. Why would you bet the under there and ruin your experience tonight? Okay? It's all about having fun as well. You may as well bet the over so that way your night is not, and your parlay is not ruined by the third quarter. Okay? So, Stefon Diggs, take the over on receptions. It's at 6 right now. I'm taking that. I am taking 73.5 receiving yards. Over. I'm taking that as well. What about some unders before we get to the kickoff and before we get to our DraftKings lineup? What about the unders real quick? Let me see here. Unders. Josh Allen rush attempts, 6.5. I've got him projected for way less of that. I believe he would have to scramble a lot and kind of make that his own decision. I believe I would not touch that. If I didn't have the betting money, I would not touch 6.5 rush attempts, over or under. I would take neither. But if I'm a betting degenerate like yourself, because you're here watching this on week 1, I'm definitely taking the under. I don't think there's going to be that many designed runs for Josh Allen. A lot of that would have to be scrambles if Aaron Donald and that Rams defense is going to have to get Josh Allen out of the pocket. I'm not banking on that. I'm going to take the under on the 6.5 rush attempts for Josh Allen. We've got him projected around 7 a game. I think this is one of those games where he's going to be rather killing the Rams with his arm rather than his legs. Taking the under on Singletary's rushing yards. Again, that's more of, if I'm a betting degenerate, I'm doing it, okay? If I'm not a betting degenerate, I'm not betting on on Bills running backs at all. Not touching that. Can't do it. Can't do it, Coach Singletary. Cannot do it. What else? Under before we get to our DraftKings, because we're about to hit kickoff here pretty damn soon, huh? Cooper Kupp, receiving yards, I already talked about that, 95.5. Bills, strong defense. In terms of the secondary, of course, least amount of passing yards allowed in 2021. And even without Tre'Davious White, they allowed the 3rd least amount of passing yards in weeks 13 to 18 without Tre'Davious White. So that is not something that I'm looking forward to do either. What else? Lots of new rookie DFS players out there, guys. Lots of first-timers are going to be out there trying to bet against you, okay? But you are a veteran degenerate. You are here. You know what's going on. You know what's going to win us the games, okay? And sorry about my stream going all wacky. And it is now time for just about kickoff. I wanted to give you guys my picks for Draftkings. And even though it's probably just a tad too late, but let me get this one going for you. Let me see where that one went. Here you go, my Draftkings lineup. It's always about being different. Always about being different. Let me move myself down here. And especially if you're playing in those big tournaments, okay? I'm going Gabe Davis with a potential chance. He's got like a 75% chance for me to catch a touchdown, okay? I'm taking that over happily. Let's do it. Gabe Davis in the captain spot. Let's be a little different, but you don't want to be wild, right? Even in a GPP, if it's 100 people more, I think this is a great stack you can get here. People hate kickers. Rookie DFS players hate kickers. But you, being smart, knowing that this is going to be a lights out offensive show, you know that Matt Gay and Tyler Bass are going to be heavily involved tonight, okay? These are good, pretty solid goal line defenses, and I expect the kickers to be involved at some point. The one that I hate here is Tyler Higbee. If you wanted to add James Cook into this as a rookie, second-round running back, on my Twitter, I've even made it known the last time the Buffalo Bills invested a second-round pick or higher in the running back position. In 2009, they drafted someone you might know. His name is CJ Spiller. That's right, the CJ Spiller. In fact, he's got very similar measurables to James Cook. So, Gabe Davis in the captain spot. Josh Allen in the flex spot quarterback position. And look at this here. I got both quarterbacks here in this lineup. But that caps my diversification a little bit, right? You know that everyone and their mom is going to try to get Matt Stafford and Josh Allen here. If I'm playing, 100 lineups plus, I'm getting about 50% with both quarterbacks and the other 50% without probably either one of the quarterbacks. Or maybe one quarterback, you pick 5 players from one team and you pick 1 player from the other team. That's how I would do that. Matt Stafford, still got him stacked up against the Allen Robinson, the new wide receiver, the new toy, the new weapon for that Rams offense, who has been averaging 125 targets per game. I'm sorry, 125 targets. That's the second time I screwed that up. 125 targets per season since joining the league, if you exclude the year in which he tore his ACL on the first reception. Yes, 125 targets per season, including last season with the Chicago Bears. Tyler Higbee, not my favorite pick, but he will be involved. No Lance McCutcheon, no Van Jefferson. So I believe Tyler Higbee has a chance at catching a touchdown tonight, and I would love to have that in my flex spot. Last one here, Matt Gay, that I have not been able to mention here, and you cannot see my cursor. I thought you could, but apparently I turned that off. So Matt Gay, yeah, I believe the Rams are actually going to lose this game. I've got the Bills with the points at 2.5 points. I believe they win by a field goal. And I think that Matt Gay will be involved. As the Rams are trying to catch up, I think the Bills will be playing ahead for a good amount of the time. And I think Matt Gay will be involved. So, Gabe Davis, captain. Josh Allen, Matt Stafford, Allen Robinson, Matt Gay, and Tyler Higbee. Okay? I have completely hedged myself against everyone who's got Cooper Kupp, because everyone and their mother is going to be paying for Cooper Kupp. And notice how I've got about $800 left in salary. Also good, because you have a lot of these rookies, DFS rookies, who want to just spend all their salary, and they want it to be perfectly even, where they're left with 0. You're too smart for that. You're not going to leave yourself with 0. It's about kickoff time. Go grab that beer. Go grab that whiskey. Go grab that wine, water, coffee, whatever you need to stay up. It's football time. Week 1, I appreciate you guys stopping in, and I'll catch you guys this weekend. We're going to do another live stream. DFS picks, DFS lineup, some statistics that might help you get going to see on who you want to pick. Start sit questions. I will take them all. Sorry, guys, if I haven't looked at the chat here, if you have been asking any questions before I go. Let me see. Got nothing in there. So I will see you guys this weekend. I'm Jay at Offszn. I'll catch you guys on the next one.